Former president of Guyana and leader of the APNU+AFC, David Granger, preferred that his party has done intensive and extensive research and have compiled a dossier of anomalies that were perpetrated at the recently concluded general and regional elections, and therefore is adamant that the election petitions filed by the coalition will stand and prove to the nation that massive fraud was perpetrated. The leader's comments come a day after APNU+AFC Member of Parliament Roysdale Ford, Senior Counsel, revealed that the case management hearing for the petitions will be held on October 22, 2020. Mr. Granger, during the interview, posited that through its research, the party was even able to ascertain that there was involvement in the electoral process by CARICOM prime ministers.
And we know that there was an involvement of the CARICOM prime ministers. We know that the international community had sent observers. So we have a comprehensive report, a petition which we have presented to the courts, and we feel that we will be able to represent the interests of those people whose votes were not properly counted and bring an end to the saga of the GRE 2020.
While listing some of the alleged anomalies which occurred at the general and regional elections, such as persons voting on behalf of the dead, migrant voters, persons from one voting district casting their ballots in another, among others, the leader posited that most of the anomalies lie with the voters list, for which the PPPC is responsible since they heavily objected to house-to-house registration, among other things leading up to the elections.
From January last year, in my first communication with the Election Commission, I insisted we should have credible elections. In my communication to the diplomats, particularly from America, Britain, Canada, and the European Union, I said we must have credible elections. And the PPP at all material times is only concerned with maintaining the list and preventing the house-to-house registration. Look back at everything the PPP has been saying. They did not want house-to-house registration. They did not want a new list.
Leading up to the 2020 general and regional elections, the Vice President, Bharat Jagdeo, who was then the leader of the opposition, had stated on multiple occasions that a new voters list was not necessary, since the same voters list had been used in 2018 for the conduct of local government elections and the results were unchallenged, among other things. In July 2019, Justice James Patterson, who was the then chairperson of GCOM, had signed a gazetted order for house-to-house registration to commence on July 20, 2019. Justice James Patterson's appointment was subsequently deemed as unconstitutional by the Caribbean Court of Justice, after which he resigned from the position of the chair, paving the way for the appointment of Justice Claudette Singh, retired, who halted the exercise subsequently. During this time, the coalition government had been toppled by a motion of confidence in the National Assembly and, according to the Constitution, was required to hold elections within 3 months. When questioned by the host of the program, Randolph Critchlow, as to why he accepted the results of the 2020 general and regional elections, knowing that it was fraudulent, the former president posited.
I accepted the declaration because it was lawful. I had no choice. It was not a matter of choice, it was a matter of the Constitution. And the Constitution prevailed. And we were more or less obliged to pursue the course of a petition, which we have done.
Wendell Badrie for the HGP Nightly News.